Fantasy fans, welcome back to the
Network
Unplugged. It is week 2, and this episode is brought to you by the good old Patron. Tastes good going down, just like she does. Hey, listen, last week was absolutely crazy. We had a lot of crazy shit going on, and I'm gonna let my man, the chef, tell you what happened in what we like to call the Unplugged Game of the Week.
We're going to kick it off. The first game of the week was my man Power versus Personification. That was Jay Dirty versus Nick Rebels. And my man Jay Dirty just laid the smack down, worked him up something real proper, 121 to 109. My man Carson Palmer was 17 for 24. And like I said, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. He hit Larry Fitz on 3 of the touchdowns. It was just killer. Jay Dirty was going crazy.
I don't think Jay Dirty gets enough credit for what he's doing. If you really look at what he's doing, he's saying fuck the conventional way of thinking and sitting Peyton Manning just to say, hey, listen, I'm playing matchups. I'm not playing fantasy. And then if we move over to what we like to call personification, he's actually going with conventional wisdom. Instead of going against the old guys, he's going with the old guys. If you look at his lineup, he had Frank Gore, and he also had Andre Johnson. They gave him combined 4 points. Now, I don't know about you. I was like on the edge of my seats watching that game tonight, but I couldn't find those two.
Yeah, they were pretty much absentee. You know, they were nowhere to be found.
Bueller, Gore,
anyone?
Johnson,
anyone?
Fry,
anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. He got worked, man. Say Nick tried to put up a good fight. He tried to. He scored 109 points. He had Matt Ryan drop 20. Allen Robinson. To me, it takes a lot of guts to take the field in fantasy with a Jaguar player.
Regardless of who he is.
Yeah, and not even the quarterback. I can kind of understand if he took the field with the quarterback, but
I mean, Allen Robinson had he was less than 5 points last week. So he actually did his research and said, you know what, I'm betting that in 2 games, Allen Robinson is going to show up.
AR-15, Allen Robinson going off for 27 fantasy points, and you still taking an L. You know, it happens, but like I always say in fantasy football, you got to have the guts of a burglar. You got to have, you can't be afraid to lose.
So, with that being said, that does make Jay Dirty 2-0, and I believe that makes Nick.
And he's 0-2.
Hey, next matchup. Now, staying in the beast to the east, we came to a highly, highly disappointing matchup.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we have here the Empire versus
EA Sports is in the game.
Now, when we looked at this matchup, we thought it was going to be...
He wasn't in the game.
Damn.
You know, it's the commissioner versus the gentleman that got suspended. And it's like the commissioner is like, okay, I'm going to suspend you and I'm going to spank you. And
that's some old role play type shit.
Pretty much.
Here you pretty much have Roger Goodell coming off trying to beat Tom Brady. But then our commissioner, who is Jason, has Tom Brady and pretty much beats another guy who actually did get suspended. So through the whole Deflategate, the network, it was 4 people involved and 1 motherfucker got suspended. Yeah. And it was on Tyrone's team.
All week, all we heard leading into the season was free Brady, free Brady, free Brady, you know, by the commissioner. And then Brady gets freed and the commissioner suspends somebody in the league. You know, that was pretty rough. But I like I told him, you know, how Roger Goodell of you.
Yeah, it's like the tea kettle calling the pot boiling.
Andrew Luck for EA Sports, he
gave bad luck. Yeah,
pretty much bad luck. You know, 7 points. Chris Johnson, 7 points.
Which is actually good for Chris. I mean, he hasn't been around in a while. We can no longer call him CJ2K. We just call him CJ2 Day because from day to day, you don't know what it is he's going to do.
Hats off to the commish.
Got to.
He worked him. He did his thing. You know, Thomas Brady dropped 34 points. It's all around. He just worked him.
Latavius Murray. Hey, we even had a Megatron sighting.
A Megatron sighting?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot the commission. Well,
Autobots.
Yeah. How fitting, you know. Right. Me and him have had discussions before about this guy, but Megatron, as you can see back here, he did his thing.
Yeah, he did his thing. But even if you keep going down Jason's team, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Now
for EA Sports,
right? He picked up Bobby Wagner fresh off the waiver wire.
Bobby Swag,
right?
I like that, Bobby Swag. Yeah.
But Jay went and picked him up after Jay Dirty had him. Jay watched when he picked him up. Another man's trash is another man's fantasy treasure.
Yeah, pretty much. He had to bail out because DeAndre Levy, who he drafted, something's going on with him.
Gotcha.
His hip or something, and he had to go out and get a defensive player. And it always makes you feel good when you find a dude on the wire that didn't perform the previous week, and now when you get him, he does his thing.
Like Chris Borland.
Yeah.
No.
Chris Borland, yeah.
No. Hey, shout out to the Empire Strike Back. Hey, we talked about you last week. You did your thing this week, boy. Keep doing it. Okay, you guys know the format of the show. So now that we're getting ready to leave the East, Chef, I think we ought to go over to the West. And God damn it, when I tell you it was the game of the week in the network, when I tell you the network Nino got his ass thoroughly whipped by Fist of Fury, I don't know what the fuck happened. What do you think happened?
You see the look on my face?
No, I see the look on his ass because his ass got trampled.
Do you see the look on my face?
What is this look?
This is a look of disgust.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty much. Man, absent the Fist of Fury, he went the Fist of the North Star and just did his thing.
Some old E Honda shit. This motherfucker's
just 100 hand clap, whatever you want to call it. Check. Okay. Check out my man Cam Newton back there doing his little flip.
This motherfucker.
A hip toss.
This motherfucker. This Martin Lawrence. This motherfucker flipping. Shit was fucking flipping. This motherfucker flips into the end. Some old any given Sunday Willie Beeman. My name is Willie.
Smiling.
Yeah.
Willie Beeman.
I keep the ladies.
Okay. He did his thing.
Definitely did.
Cam Newton, 29 points. 3 total touchdowns.
And you got to give it to him, though. Absence always been known to get players who everyone thinks maybe won't perform or past their prime, and you got to give him a shout out for having D'Angelo Williams. Listen, everybody knows Le'Veon Bell's coming back, but hell, I don't even know if he needs to come back because shit, D'Angelo Williams has been fucking performing like his career depended on it. We call it like it is here on Network Unplugged. And I never say a man should lose his job to injury or smoking weed in the car. Yeah. Lord knows we've all done it.
Oh yeah? Okay.
What about New Orleans big time quarterback? You have Drew Brees, who's ranked 22nd among fantasy quarterbacks.
You see the look on my face?
It's disgust. I've seen it before.
True
so that I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. Not only that, go down this fucking lineup. This man put up 141 last week and he picks up 73 this week. That means he's either a contender or a
pretender.
There you go.
Shabba Rank said it best. Stop pretender. Stop pretending.
More fire.
Okay.
So that takes us to our very next matchup in the Wild Wild West. Lord Sir Thundernuts.
I'm glad you said that because I don't really like.
It's 2 weeks. You still not gonna say it?
Nah, I can't. But you know, you're a good man. You're a good man. Anyway.
What's that?
No,
that's like a jack off. That's a fucking masturbation play. I ain't with that shit. Hey, I ain't with.
My man, Mr. Goku, aka Keith Jones. Keith Jones did his thing, man. He hung in there. He started Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, you know, this cat threw 53 passes. 53 pass attempts to my man Jamal Charles. And shout out to Jamal Charles for fumbling that ball against my Broncos. Look at him. Yeah. Shout out to that. I love that. You know, my man, he still performed well for Mr. Goku.
So looking at this matchup between Goku and Lord Sir Thundernut.
My man Keith J, you on that sponsor, ain't you?
Hey, listen, hey, I want a deal.
Okay. My man Keith J, props to Keith J, man. He did his thing. He hung in there. That Viking defense was phenomenal for him.
It was.
And, you know, now
and then not only that, Torrey Smith showed up. We had a Torrey Smith sighting, and that may be the last time we say that this season.
Who?
Right?
Torrey Smith? Oh man, he used to do that for the Ravens.
Used to. Now, once we get out of this matchup here, we're actually going to move. We've already been to the East. We've been to the West. Now we got to take it up north. Money and violence style.
All right, now we're going to bring it back up to the nasty north where I am the network versus Chirac Barristers.
Who?
And Chirac.
No, who was the first one?
I am the network.
Who is the network?
Apparently, this cat who has Sam Bradford as his quarterback thinks he's the network.
You see this look on my face? What does it look like?
Disgust?
No, Chip Kelly.
Damn.
Because he want to know what the fuck going on out there.
Chip Kelly? You Chip Kelly?
You better get out of here, boy.
Oh, man. Okay.
You can't do what they do.
Yeah.
So when you talk about I Am Network, he actually listened. They always say put your money where your mouth is. He actually put an extra $50 to franchise tag Odell Beckham. It didn't really pay off week 1, but week 2 he scored 22 points. The only problem was 20 of those points came in the first fucking half.
Anytime you have a player that gets 20 points, I'm pretty sure you're going to be happy about it unless you have like a super elite quarterback that is going up against a horrible defense. 20 is 20.
Here's the thing about it. This whole thing is just crazy and ironic to me. We were digging in the archives of the network. Last year, Mathis traded to MJ Aaron Rodgers. Now here we are a year later, MJ tags Aaron Rodgers and then tags Mathis.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So what do you say? I mean, but when you look at it, was it worth it trading the belt for a fucking regular season win?
Shout out to MJ, man. It's always cool to go up against MJ. MJ is really, he goes all out. He's a good joker. He has good comebacks. He makes it really good and competitive, and he does pretty solid, So it's, shout out to MJ for doing his thing. Chip Kelly?
From my old master days.
Okay.
Next.
My man, knockout game, who's next? Went up against Pharaoh Rich Folk.
The Prophet.
The old man. Jeff came up, old man. Yeah,
No, knockout game was saying, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that?
A lot?
Funny about that? Yeah. But I happened to be visiting the message board, and I checked out, Spencer dropping lines saying, hey, anybody seen Jeff? I ain't seen him because I don't see his team. Spencer was up and he was doing his thing. And, when it was all said and done, when Spencer stopped typing, Jeff, when the smoke cleared, Jeff showed up, man.
But here's the thing about it. You had basically, like you said, a champ versus a champ this week. And a lot of times we don't highlight that. And when champions go against each other, it's always to be respected. So we're going to show them the respect they deserve. When you really look at Jeff's team, week 1, we clowned them. Like I say, it was worth clowning. But here you are, week 2, standing up like the man you should be, a former champion, and you should be commended for it.
Yeah, he did his thing, man. One thing that really sticks out is that Jeff's kicker, Mason Crosby, dropped 16 points.
This is the second week he showed up.
He outscored pretty much everybody in Spencer's lineup except the quarterback, except Sierra's boyfriend.
Okay.
Everybody else?
I'm going to say that's the formula of fan success. If your kicker outscore everybody on the other opponent's team except his quarterback, you fucking winning. And if not, winning.
Charlie Sheen.
Tiger blood.
Okay. Wild thing.
What?
Oh, man.
Nah, man. Fuck Wild Thing. Men at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. Well, shout out to Pharaoh Rich Folk because he knocked out knockout game. Who's next?
Now that we're in the South, listen, we got to go ahead and talk about something. Listen, how the fuck you beat somebody with your quarterback scoring 2 fucking points?
Yeah. He the bitch maker. You know what I'm saying?
He had a fucking position player score 48 points. So if you go back and check the records, I did the research on this. In the last, first off, basically in the history of the network, no player has scored over 48 points position wise. I'm not talking anything player other than QB or defense has never scored 48 points.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Sion. I got to give him his props. He has arrived. Travis Benjamin, man, 48 fucking fantasy points. That's amazing.
That's what happened
from my man Johnny Football. Get them cats, Johnny Football. Travis, what the hell are you doing?
Tweaking.
It was a massacre. And
Definitely
anybody
was.
who else was there was going to join Suicide Squad in the hell of being cut to pieces.
Like they say, if you can't beat them, kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. And I shout out the man. I can't say this enough about my man Sion. I'm gonna start giving these cats awards. He cooked it.
That's the Cookham Award for this week.
Yeah, that's the Cookham Award.
Oh, Bobby Flay.
My man Sion, he cooked the hell out of this cat.
And here's the crazy part about it. Like,
damn, he cooked the hell out of this cat.
Chinese.
You said it.
I did. Yeah. Here's the thing. Suicide Squad could have played Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. He wasn't finna fucking win this game.
Yeah, it was rough. And like I say, one thing I'm always saying, man, when in fantasy, you got to take chances. You can't be afraid to lose. And my man Sion, once again, he gets the guts of a burglar award. This young man, I hate safe touch. He came out here with damn near 4 Chiefs in his lineup. This cat came out here with Alex Smith.
Unscared either. He wasn't even scared.
Alex Smith, the tight end, Travis Kelce. He also brought in Justin Houston. Man, that's having the guts of a burglar. This cat, he ain't afraid to lose. Shout out to Sion once again. He gets the
cooking them up.
Cooking them up, boy. He's cooking.
Did you not see the 300+ pound nigga that landed on my quarterback clavicle bone and broke that shit? Like I felt like they call you T.O., so I'm gonna be T.O. I felt like T.O. when I seen that shit. The nigga was on the boat and I was like, damn dog, like that's my quarterback.
Okay.
And that I felt some type of way about that shit.
Did you see that?
Fantasy, bro. Fantasy shit, dog. Fantasy, some niggas be like, man, real life is great, good, and all that, but fantasy is something different, bro. When I seen that shit, I felt like T.O. like that shit like tugged my heartstrings because I was like, this shit like I think my squad good. I seen my quarterback go down and I was like, damn. I mean, he's my homie, but I was like, I'm destined to be KJ. Like I know the voice is hot. The nigga KJ, he sent me, you know, that's, I wanted to say that's my nigga, but like, I mean, fuck, dog. That nigga, like, the first thing this morning, I'm getting off the boat, I'm feeling good. I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I stuck in fantasy this week, so I'm getting off the boat, I feel good. The first thing I do, I look down, and this nigga KJ sent me a picture, like, with, like, some fucking vultures, like, devouring a fucking piece of meat like a carcass. And I'm like, damn, that shit brought, like, that emotion, like, T.O., like, I wanted to cry.
All right, so as we move down into the South here, our last matchup of week 2 brings us to Got 'em
going up against my man
Anal
Lassane.
Anal Ballistic,
if that's what you want to call it.
We looked at the matchup. Listen, it wasn't a complete blowout. He was facing a. You know why this matchup is so fitting? I was sitting around the water cooler of the network, and guess what they told me?
What's
About 3 years ago,
that?
These motherfuckers did a little rah-rah. You know what a rah-rah is?
A kumbaya rah-rah?
Now look at me, and then look at the camera. A split.
A split?
A split. They actually went to the championship game, and the money was divided. How they say this is not a democracy, this is a dictatorship.
Oh man.
Damn. They say this man, Mike was saying, called Marlon Jones and was like, hey, you know what? I like your team a lot, but I think we should split. That's that nigga shit. Let's just talk about the quarterbacks for a minute. We got Eli Manning, aka Night and Day.
Yeah.
It's either zero or hero with this motherfucker.
Yeah, the book of Eli. That's what the book of Eli says.
You either reading or you got.
He's consistently
inconsistent. Yeah, my nigga, my man. There you go. And then, honestly, like I say, my man Mike Lassane took a tough loss. We're going to go ahead and send our condolences to Tony Romo this week.
Tony.
Pour out a little something for Tony.
Pour up.
And to be honest with you, Patron a little too expensive for me to pour it out, so I'm going to drink this to Tony. This is for you, Tony.
Okay.
Tony.
My man Marlon did his thing, man. 24 points from Eli. He dropped 13 from his boy Jarvis Landry.
The big
Gronkowski, man. Gronkowski.
Fucking animal.
Yeah. And that Cardinal defense. Cardinal defense.
Very under fucking rated. Shout out to our boy Marlon. You did your thing.
It was good coming to y'all again live. You know, I'm the chef.
And once again, I'm motherfucking Mr. Motherfucking Royal. This is the Network
Unplugged.
It's week 2. We'll see you week 3, and we out this motherfucker. Peace. That's a good show. That was a good show, bro.